Welcome everybody into Coyote Vision. We are so sorry about the technical difficulties. I just wanted to update you on the most important part of the game first, since you were just tuning in with us. 2 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Score of 5-1. Anna is down 4. Their only points have been from Reagan Wright at the free throw line. Welcome into the Coyote Den. Nash Lowry here with you this evening. It's the 16 and 15 Walnut Grove Wildcats going up against the 22 and 9 Anna Coyotes. This is a very, very important game for a multitude of reasons, as Ivy Jackson gets the turnover and immediately passes it out of bounds. Her target was Kyla Williams. Okay, now to hop to the storyline of why this game is so important. If you take a look at the district standings, they are very, very close and resemble a lot of what the football team had to go through at the end of the football regular season. Cooper fighting down low over 4 Wildcats, not able to get her own shot to go through. Lovejoy currently stands first in the district, Walnut Grove in second. Walnut Grove with a record of 9 and 3 in district. So a 16 and 15 record in the regular season, but 9 and 3 in the district. They win the most important games, and that's why they're at second. Melissa and Anna are tied at 8 and 4 in district. Just below Anna is McKinney North at 7 and 5, which means a win over Walnut Grove would propel Anna into the third place spot in district ahead of Melissa, and it would give them a win over Walnut Grove, and they would have the same record in district as Walnut Grove. And with that series being 1-1, assuming an Anna Coyote win, then the Coyotes would almost assuredly be in the playoffs. Nice defense played by Holland Jackson is going the other way. Her and Kyla Williams. Jackson takes a dribble and immediately dribbled it into the hands of the Wildcat defender, Delaney Steinbrecher. Now even possession called, and I believe this one is going Coyotes' way. Yes, it is. So once again, to recap why this game has a multitude of importance, with a win here, the Anna Coyotes all but guarantee their spot in the 2025 playoffs. Now, with a loss, they fall to 8 and 5 in district play. That doesn't mean that they fall out of the playoffs. It merely means that their destiny would not be in their own hands. The Anna Coyotes will go on to play Denison next week, and Denison is out of the running of the playoffs. So it would merely be a matter of can Melissa or McKinney North lose and clear out space for the Anna Coyotes. 5 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and a turnaround jumper taken right there at the end. We are seeing some fierce, fierce defense here in the 2 minutes that you saw, but in the first 8 minutes of this game. We'll take a break on Coyote Vision, and I'll be back here to give you the rest of the first half on Coyote Vision. Back here in the Coyote Den for the start of the second quarter. Nash Lowry here with you this evening. Like I mentioned before, second place in District Walnut Grove going up against fourth place in District Anna Coyotes. This is essentially a playoff matchup to give you the rundown of who is out there for Walnut Grove. Just handing the ball off was Delaney Steinbrecher. Now with it over here on the sign is Ifunaya Aberiku. And then another pass over to Kendall Smith. Now driving to the hoop is Ainsley Hardy. And last but not least was Madison Kohlmeyer. So that rounds out the starting 5, and pretty much maybe the only 5 that you will see from Walnut Grove. On the Anna side of things, we see number 0, Kyla Williams into the game, the freshman. The two guards, Wright and Jackson, as well as the big Cooper, and finally the small forward, Holland Jackson, rounding out the five out there at the start of this second quarter. It's been a big struggle for the Coyotes here so far. They've already accumulated over 6 turnovers, with that being the 7th turnover in this game so far. And then another turnover on the other side. They're going to call a foul, actually, on Holland Jackson, as I believe she went for a push-off. No, they're going to call a foul on Ainsley Hardy as the pass up ahead. She tried to push off, actually, to receive that open ball, pushed away Holland Jackson, so a lot of confusion for nothing. Coyotes coming off of a decent win, would be a decent way to put it, over Sherman earlier this week, winning that game by 7, but it wasn't exactly a pretty win. The Coyotes were down 21-2 in the first quarter. Nice fadeaway elbow jumper taken by Ayanna Cooper to nail the Coyotes' first successful field goal of this game. Their only previous point had came from Reagan Wright at the free throw line, and now it is 3-5 Coyotes. Stolen by Reagan Wright. Going the other way, Euro stepping, and it's just a bit too strong. That one rebounded by Smith. So as I was talking about before, they were down 21-2 in the first quarter, but then outscored Sherman in the second quarter 25-9, so the game was essentially even going into halftime. And you know, the motor of these Coyotes, they're so well conditioned getting into the second half, and from then it was all but over for the Sherman Bearcats, so the Coyotes went on to win that game rather handedly. So now going into this game, knowing the superlatives that hang in the balance whenever it comes to this game against Walnut Grove, with this essentially being a playoff matchup, they knew the challenge that would come. And I talked to Coach Leslie before the game, and I asked him what was going to be the biggest challenge about this team, as a 5-second violation produced by the Anna Coyotes, as the Wildcats were not able to get that ball out of the baseline quick enough. Kohlmeyer was on the inbound. So I asked him what the biggest challenge would be, as Kyla Williams steps up for a three and takes the lead for the Coyotes. And he said that this squad is just really well knit together. This Walnut Grove team, you've only seen a 5-man rotation pretty much throughout the entirety of this game, or for at least the part that we have been live, which has been a good part of the game, about 7 minutes of game time that y'all have seen. But for the entire first quarter and for the game up until now, it's been the same 5-man rotation, and the Walnut Grove Wildcats are very, very confident in this Wildcat rotation, because they've produced excellently in district play. To go over some of their decent wins that they've had over the season, most notably beating Anna just earlier this month on January 7th. So here's Williams guarding up at the top, now driving, and this ball is going to sail out of bounds. So as I was mentioning earlier, they beat Anna at the beginning of this month on the 7th, 45-32. Just before then, they had beat McKinney North 47-21. So already taking down the 4th and 5th place team in district on back-to-back days. Then they went on to lose against Melissa, beat Denison, so that's more district play for you. Then they beat the first place Lovejoy, as well as beating Sherman, and then losing to McKinney North. So 1-1 against McKinney North, and that brings us to Anna. In the game against McKinney North, they only scored 30 points. So I will say it's been a relatively low scoring output for the Wildcats recently, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Ayanna Cooper. She came up with the steal going against Kyla Smith on the fast break and extended her elbow. So offensive foul for Ayanna Cooper. Renfro back into the game, but keep in mind that Noah Renfro has 2 fouls already accumulated. She got that in the first 6 minutes of the game. So once again, we do apologize for not going live exactly when the game started. Just let us marinate on this side for a little bit as Walnut Grove makes the jumper. Nice shot from the Wildcats, Madison Kohlmeyer. Here's a drive by Williams, a left-handed floater that hits the back rim and goes down. We've already seen 4 lead changes here in this second quarter, and the Coyotes hold the advantage right now. It's not much of one, but it is the advantage. 4 minutes remaining here in the first half on Coyote Vision. So, after about 12 minutes of game time so far here in the Coyote Den, the Coyotes only hold the lead by 1. They've certainly been held back here in the first half by their turnover margin. They've caused a fair bit of turnovers as well, but the Coyotes have 8 turnovers so far on the game, already close to that 10 turnover mark. Normally, that's never a good sign to be close to the 10 turnover mark 4 minutes before you head into halftime. So, Coyotes have a lot of work to do. However, we're seeing a good effort from Kyla Williams as she just took the lead for the Coyotes after a 3-pointer on the wing. The other points come from a 2-point shot from Ayanna Cooper, a free throw from Reagan Wright as well. And then I believe Reagan Wright also made a layup of her own. So that equals 8. I hope so. Walnut Grove taking their time on the offensive end, moving it over on the wing to Steinbrecher, who moves it up, resets up at the top. You can see Kohlmeyer setting the screen, clears out. Now here's the screen from Hardy, decides not to use it. Nice ball movement here. Is just a bit short of a free throw line jumper taken by Jayla Sykes, which was sent away. Williams, skip pass to Renfro in the corner. Renfro has an open driving lane on the baseline, and it's short rimmed and out, and she wasn't able to grab her own rebound. Nice open bear claw by Ivy Jackson as a bit of a long 2, it looked like. Nice save there by Holland Jackson, but it might have actually been to the favor of the Coyotes that the possession was stopped. So now we're seeing a substitution in the game for the Wildcats as Kendall Smith comes in and Abaracu comes out of the game. The other 2 Walnut Grove players on the bench, number 3, Ella Ward, and number 5, Kylie Tucker, all sophomores, or both sophomores, I should say. Three ball taken in the corner, still fighting for it, and the shot goes down for Jayla Sykes. Fifth turn of the lead in this game so far. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, scoring very slow for both teams, but 2 for 2 from the three-point line is Kyla Williams, making an immediate impact out here. 6 lead changes. I also talked with Coach Leslie at the very beginning of this game, and he said that going into this game, this has been one of the best practices that he had seen out of the Lady Coyotes in his tenure here before such an intense game, and they treated it like so. We're basically seeing a playoff match between these two teams, as it's very, very likely that these two teams meet in the playoffs after this game. Noel Renfro steps in for a jumper, but that one was sent away by Ainsley Hardy, and the Coyotes will retain possession. So first block of the game, not the first block of the game, but the first block of the game for Ainsley Hardy specifically. Cooper with the pump fake. Once again on Hardy, and Hardy with another block. So back-to-back blocks on pretty much the same possession for Ainsley Hardy. Reset at the top for Jayla Sykes. Trying to take the lead here. Tied all at 11. Picking up her dribble, we're seeing a very, very impressive display of defense. Here you can see Kyla Williams and her defensive stance. We're seeing impressive defenses from both teams. Renfro on the defensive end. There was Hardy on the offensive rebound, and Hardy's been super valuable in the last minute for the Walnut Grove Wildcats. Now under 45 seconds. Holland Jackson with a reset all the way up to Cooper back at the top, finally finishing off with Williams. Cooper sizes up, driving, able to take a rock in the step through and skipping on a stone. Nice play there for Rihanna Cooper. Tie this game at 13. 25 seconds now. Coyotes not putting enough pressure on their half-court defense. It makes up for it, though. Ivy Jackson going coast to coast, tried to hit the hands of Kyla Williams, and it's always so tough on the fast break possession whenever you get such a valuable steal and are not able to convert points off of it. Once you get that close to the basket, the no-look pass becomes really inefficient, trying to do it under 10 seconds especially as well. Here's a drive. Tried to whip it into the corner. This ball last off of the Coyotes. So Walnut Grove will have about 5 seconds to work with. Make it about 4 seconds because this shot has to get off. So 4 seconds to work with for Walnut Grove. Shot taken by Steinbrecher. Cooper on the rebound. It's actually Hardy on the rebound. So mark down 2 offensive rebounds and 2 blocks for Hardy in the last 2 minutes for Walnut Grove. This game is tied at 13 apiece as we break into halftime. Thank you guys so much for being here. We will take a break for halftime and be back with the start of the third quarter on Coyote Vision.
At Adon Complete Air Conditioning and Heating, we care about the air our hometown breathes, ensuring your family's health and comfort. Just like we support our local Coyotes, we're your hometown HVAC team, always here for you. And with the cold around the corner, don't forget our fall safety check special, keeping you cozy all season. Join our maintenance plan for only $12 a month per unit. Peace of mind and priority service year-round. Adon Complete Air Conditioning and Heating, where quality, community, and comfort come together. Let's go Coyotes.
You are not a number. You're not a 2 o'clock appointment. You are not a prescription. Or a name on a chart. You're not one of many. You are one of one.
In the heart of our town, where tradition meets progress, lies a bank that understands the value of community. Texas-owned, Texas-run, Texas Values. We're proud to be a part of our vibrant Anna community, making local decisions that matter to you. We will always be Texans, committing to serving you with integrity and dedication. Experience the strength of a true community bank. Texas Bank. Local decisions, local people, local bank.
Take advantage of Hutchins Plumbing and Air Conditioning's Fall Startup Special. From now until December 31st, you can get a complete check on your heating system for just $79. Right now is the perfect time to let our expert technicians check the efficiency, reliability, and safety of your heating system. So call today for our $79 Fall Startup Special. We'll ensure you stay warm and relaxed all winter long. Hutchins Plumbing and Air Conditioning.
Get it done right, right now.
If you build it, they will come.
Since 2008, the Anna ISD Education Foundation has worked in partnership with the school board and the school district staff to help further opportunities for Anna ISD students. We are a 501(c)(3) not-for-profit corporation chartered to enhance and invest in educational excellence in the Anna Independent School District. Our programs include grants for great ideas for teachers and principals, and continuing education scholarships for teachers and students. These activities are made possible through generous donations from corporate partners, parents, AISD employees, private grants, and community organizations. Please visit our website at annaisd.org to find out how you can support the Anna Education Foundation.
Because kids.
Because kids.
Because kids.
Because kids.
Because kids.
Baylor Scott and White Medical Center McKinney, the power to live better. Get it done right now with Hutchins Plumbing and AC. Come visit Freedom Flex Car Wash, Anna's veteran and first responder owned facility where cleanliness, care, and customer experience. Texas Bank, proudly serving Texas communities for 50 years. Adon Complete, your hometown MVP for comfort all season long.
At Adon Complete Air Conditioning and Heating, we care about the air our hometown breathes, ensuring your family's health and comfort. Just like we support our local Coyotes, we're your hometown HVAC team, always here for you. And with the cold around the corner, don't forget our fall safety check special, keeping you cozy all season. Join our maintenance plan for only $12 a month per unit, peace of mind and priority service year-round. Adon Complete Air Conditioning and Heating, where quality, community, and comfort come together. Let's go Coyotes.
You are not a number. You're not a 2 o'clock appointment. You are not a prescription. Or a name on a chart. You're not one of many. You are one of one.
In the heart of our town, where tradition meets progress, lies a bank that understands the value of community. Texas owned, Texas run, Texas values. We're proud to be a part of our vibrant Anna community, making local decisions that matter to you. We will always be Texans, committing to serving you with integrity and dedication. Experience the strength of a true community bank. Texas Bank. Local decisions, local people, local bank.
Take advantage of Hutchins Plumbing and Air Conditioning's Fall Startup Special. From now until December 31st, you can get a complete check on your heating system for just $79. Right now is the perfect time to let our expert technicians check the efficiency, reliability, and safety of your heating system. So call today for our $79 Fall Startup Special. We'll ensure you stay warm and relaxed all winter long. Hutchins Plumbing and Air Conditioning.
Get it done right now.
If you build it, they
Since 2008, the Anna ISD
Start of the second half in the Coyote Den. Nash Lowry here with you this evening. It's been a rather slow first half, as you might be able to tell by the score, all locked up at 13 apiece. There was an excellent skip pass across the way, rebounded by Ivy, now going in transition. Ivy all alone, driving, excellent Euro step, and not able to finish. It was a really tough shot that she made for herself, but nice speed going down the court. It's been a battle of the turnovers. It's really about been about who can turn over the ball more. The Coyotes have really struggled with it. They've had about 9 or 10 turnovers. Noel Renfro has also been in foul trouble for most of the game, as securing the and one is Kendall Smith. So Kendall Smith will go to the line. There's been about 7 lead changes in this game so far, so it's been a very, very, very close game. And Noel Renfro has 3 fouls already just at the start of the second half. 3-point play for Kendall Smith. As I talked about at the very beginning of the game, this is basically a playoff matchup. Second place in District Walnut Grove, fourth place in District Anna Coyotes. Excellent creation. Holland Jackson on the skip pass. She created her own space driving to the basket, swung it right out for Reagan Wright, who made the bucket. Wing 3 ties this game up by Reagan. Now here's a 2-on-2, taking it for herself. Delaney Steinbrecher. Ivy driving. Puts her back to the basket. Tried to put it up. Now grabs her own offensive rebound. Noel Renfro resets with Holland. Coyotes are moving this ball really, really quickly, trying to make sure they keep it underneath their hands. Accurate passes for Holland Jackson. Look at that driving lane by Ivy. And Ivy Jackson has been struggling from close range a lot. She's now 0 for 4 in her past 4 shots in the paint. Renfro with a steal has Holland Jackson with her and throws up a loose right-handed layup that is able to bait a foul successfully. So nice layup attempt there by Noel. So Ivy Jackson struggling from inside. She's able to come up with it on steals, and she got 2 offensive rebounds, but not able to finish at the rim. Luckily, Noel at the line is able to as well. One for 2 for Renfro. 2 minutes gone already in the third quarter. Kyla Williams is currently the leading scorer for the Anna Coyotes, as it looks like Reagan Wright is going to be gonna get a blocking foul. Rather ticky tack from her point of view, as you could see her body language immediately distressed by that. So Coyotes have been struggling with fouls in this game. Ivy Jackson traces back. Nice defense played by Noel Renfro, but able to finish through contact, is the leading scorer for the Wildcats so far, the freshman Kendall Smith, wearing number 0. Reagan Wright drives in and she baits a shooting foul on Ainsley Hardy, so Reagan Wright will get sent to the free throw line. As I was talking about before at the very beginning of the game, Coach Leslie was most impressed with how tight-knit this Walnut Grove Wildcat offense and defense is. Just them as a team all together was his main talking point. Subbing into the game now for Walnut Grove is Ifanaya Iberiku. Excuse me. So they run about a 6-man rotation with 2 sophomores that hang on the bench. Those 2 sophomores being Ella Ward and Kylie Tucker, 3 and 5 respectively. But other than that, they run about a 6-man roster, and they have 1 senior on their team. That 1 senior being Miracle Beatty, who is injured, number 24. Have not yet to see 24 in this game. So playing without any seniors on their lineup as Walnut Grove turns the ball over, as you saw from that traveling. Reagan Wright, step back 3 on the wing, front rims and away. And nice box out there. If you saw off the ball, Madison Kohlmeyer was able to box out Ivy Jackson, as it looks like Kendall Smith took a bit of a tumble here into the far right end of the Anna bench. She'll stay in the game, as does everybody else, so Coyotes pretty much with their starting roster. It's exactly with their starting roster, with the 2 guards of Ivy Jackson, Reagan Wright, small forward Holland Jackson to even everything out, and then the 2 bigs, Renfro and Cooper. How many times have I said that sentence? Here's a timeout by head coach Keel, able to retain possession on that side of the court. You're watching Coyote Vision. Coyotes down 2 in the third quarter. Halfway through the third quarter on Coyote Vision. Nash Lowry here with you this evening in the Coyote Den. Slow scoring so far, but the scoring has about amped up. It was 13-13 coming out of halftime, 20-18. Now is the score. Walnut Grove holds the 1 bucket advantage. Steal by Anna Cooper. Pretty much all of the starters have a steal so far in this game. Ivy Jackson is going to get her own. We already know that. She has about 3 right now, if not 4. Reagan Wright has 2 herself. Reagan Wright has yet to hit, I believe, from the 3-point mark. The only 3s in this game belonging to Kyla Williams, who's currently on the bench. Holland Jackson swings it over for an open Cooper, and then Noelle Renfro takes a harsh 3 in congestion. An excellent effort from Ivy Jackson, but nobody was there to help her out. Giving Kohlmeyer about an open lane. Now here's an open shot that they're just giving to Steinbrecher, and luckily for the Coyotes, Steinbrecher missed that play. or missed that ball. Now they have a numbers advantage. Here's a 3 by Renfro, missed her last one, and she gets this one. Noelle Renfro with her first 3 of the game. And then my time is called on the court as Ibericu has to be subbed out for Ainsley Hardy. She took a little bit of a shot there on the previous defensive possession, excuse me. And that's why the Coyotes had the numbers advantage. So nice play from Noel Renfro to recognize that they essentially had a fast break 5-on-4. It's been about 9 lead changes in this game so far. In a foul by Ivy Jackson, a reach-in. That was about 2 steps beyond the arc. Might have actually worked out better for the Coyotes, though, as there was an open Ainsley Hardy down low who only had 1 Coyote to go through and would have almost assuredly been an easy mid-range bucket. So high IQ play, if you would like to call it that, from Ivy, even though she might not have wanted it. Reagan Wright playing pressuring defense. It's a lot of P's there. Hardy assessing the situation, moves it over to Steinbrecher. Delaney Steinbrecher now for Kohlmeyer, and Madison Kohlmeyer had a lot of speed but slowed down. Now picking up that speed once again. Ivy Jackson just rips it straight from her. Keeping possession, though, are the Wildcats. They reset up at the top, and this reset is going to turn into a three-point shot that bobbles up and is retained by Noel Renfro. Quick ball movement to create instant possession here for the Coyotes. Reagan Wright with a fake and a Euro step and too strong in the rebound. Can she get the second one to go? And she does. So 1v4ing almost the entire Wildcat defense, grabs her own offensive rebound, stat padding, and gives the Coyotes a 3-point lead. Still a one-possession game, though. No lead has ever been safe in this game yet. 2 minutes remaining. Delaney charging in, tried to do a little bit of a shuttle pass to Kendall Smith, and that one was off the mark. Nice defense there by Ayanna Cooper, who was playing off-ball defense on Smith. Wright brings the ball down. Pump fake by Cooper. She steps inside and splits the defense, but the Coyotes struggling a lot with their paint scoring here in the first part of this game. They have 9 of their 23 points have come off of threes, and about 4 of the other points have come from the free throw line, maybe more. So I don't want to say that they're struggling from the paint. However, it seems that more than not on their trips to the paint, especially with these layups, the collapsing defense from Walnut Grove is providing a little bit of a needle in their plan, a little bit of a, stifle in their interior scoring. Pass up for Holland Jackson, wasn't able to secure it in her hands, and more than 10 turnovers now for the Coyotes as a timeout is called by Coach Keel once again of the Walnut Grove Wildcats. So 30-second timeout here on the floor as the Coyotes hold the 1-point advantage. So like I said earlier with this scoring breakdown, there's been 9 points created by the Coyotes from the 3-point line. 2 of those shots, 6 of those points belonging to Kyla Williams, and the other one belonging to Noel Renfro, who just scored earlier. Reagan Wright has yet to make an impact from behind the arc. She's missed a little bit of shots, a little bit of her shots, as well as Ayanna Cooper, who recently drove to the hoop and was not able to get anything. It's certainly looking good on the offensive rebound side of the game for the Coyotes. If you want to look at the stat sheet at the end of this game, they're certainly going to have their fair share of offensive rebounds. But as far as rebounds in total, I feel that the Coyotes have been controlling the boards in this matchup. They just need to have a little bit better of an assist-to-turnover ratio as they are able to inflict a turnover on Walnut Grove after an 8-second violation after calling a timeout. That is extremely valuable for the Coyotes to inflict a turnover immediately after Walnut Grove called a timeout. Kyla Williams now into the game for the Coyotes as Holland Jackson subs out. We've seen about 6 players get into the game for the Coyotes, and yet another turnover for Anna here early. Not necessarily early, but before we get into the fourth quarter. Advance pass up ahead gets them out of the half court. Ibericu ball handling up at the top. She's being defended by Kyla. 30 seconds remaining now. Renfro playing one-on-one. She gets shoved down and a finish through contact by Kendall Smith, who is well into her double-digit scoring night. Heading into the fourth quarter, that could be the last points of the third quarter by Walnut Grove. Ivy Jackson struggling once again on her inside finish, and then the possession arrow points in favor of Walnut Grove. So Walnut Grove will have the last possession. They've got about 10 seconds to work with here. Try and get some points and a lead heading into a fourth. There was the ball tipped was by Iona Cooper, and it looks like a foul is going to be occurred. Not sure on which team, however, but Iona Cooper started that whole thing. The foul is going to be on Madison Kohlmeyer as Anna had possession, and I bet there was a bit of a shove there on Kyla Williams that shuttled her back. So the Coyotes have about 2 seconds to work here. There's 3 seconds on the clock, but 2 seconds to work here. It's going to have to be an immediate shot from Kyla, and Kyla does not take it, opting to run the ball out. There have been 12 lead changes in this game so far. Coyotes hold a 1-point lead, so you know there's going to be a bunch more coming. Fourth quarter action coming up here on Coyote Vision. Here we go. Top of the fourth quarter in the Coyote Den. 23-22. It's only a 1-point lead for the Coyotes, so they still have a lot more work to do, and that main work is going to be off of increasing their assist to turnover ratio, and right now that is not going well so far, well into double-digit turnovers. Working the ball up extremely efficiently is Walnut Grove. Missionly got it over the half-court line. Now it's Ibericu fighting for it. The Holland Jackson's trying to get even possession. Man, what a find for Ibericu. Found Hardy just wide open underneath the basket. And then Reagan Wright makes up for it on the other end. So 14 lead changes in this game on both sides. Crazy stuff that we are seeing. Walnut Grove has elected to slow down the pace on their offense. Ivy Jackson takes immediate advantage of it, able to just purely outpace her defenders. The inside finishing struggles continue from Ivy Jackson, and she immediately heads to the bench to coach. You can see Reagan Wright trying to help her out there. Ivy Jackson going to stay in this game. Ivy Jackson coming off of an injury. I can't say it's been affecting her tonight. She's played every darn minute of this game, so clearly her conditioning is not at any fault of her own. Merely just finishing at the rim has been a big struggle for her against Walnut Grove, and she goes hard and is subjected to a foul. I believe the foul will be on her. Foul might actually be on Kyla Williams. Yep, so foul goes to Kyla Williams after they were trying to double team her just about one step away from the half court line. Ibericu on the side tried to find Hardy again. There we go for the Coyotes. Turnovers, inflicting them on the Wildcats. Another skip pass for Holland. Another drive for Cooper. Has to pick up her dribble. Kyla looking to slow this game down. Walnut Grove doing great on their switches. Now guarding Williams is Kohlmeyer. Williams says it doesn't matter and gets a 3-point lead for the Coyotes. So there's a little bit more of a window, but it's been about a one-score game for about the past 10 minutes. Nice fake up top. Man, what footwork driving to the hoop, and they're going to call traveling on Delaney Steinbrecher. So some excellent, nice moves that look good ended up not being fortuitous in the end. Subbing into the game for Walnut Grove is Jayla Sykes, the sophomore guard. So safe to say that Sykes will be in for the remainder of the game. Anna has 4 more timeouts to use in this quarter alone compared to Walnut Grove's 2. Reagan Wright made her last 2 attempts at the hoop. It's the first time that it's been a 2-score game since pretty much the start of this half. It was 13-13 going into this half. So scoring output has doubled here in the second half. Both of the halftime huddles, safe to say, were mainly focused on offense, as we have seen tremendous defense from both of these teams. Look at the strength from Ivy Jackson, just says, "Give me that," off of her attackman Kohlmeyer. 5 minutes to go. Kyla to Jackson. Jackson driving, finds an open Holland in the corner. Holland's one sails over, and there will be a foul on the floor. It looked like Ivy Jackson had hold of that ball first. And indeed, so foul goes on number 22 for Walnut Grove, Kohlmeyer. As Kyla Williams subs out of the game and Noel Renfro subs in, Delaney Steinbrecher comes into the game as Kohlmeyer subs out. So it's obvious that the extra length and reach of Walnut Grove is being subbed in to assess the problems that Noel Renfro possesses on both of the offensive and defensive ends, as there's another foul on the floor. That one was on Kendall Smith.